Good morning. Welcome back for another solo adventure. Ooh, that is deep. Oh God. But there's a little itty bitty hole. Oh boy. Tiny tree. If you're an arachnophobe, this is not going to be the spot for you. We are deep in the Blue Ridge Mountains of eastern Tennessee today. We're in a really ancient area out here in the middle of nowhere, sandwiched between two high valley cliffs right here. Really cool area. Everything's really old, covered in moss. We did a meditation session here a few episodes ago. This is also where I lost my drone a few episodes ago. I did find that, thankfully. What we're gonna do today, as always, we're gonna work hard up this creek system. We've never been up here, so this is a new area I'm excited to see. We're gonna hopefully find a cool spot to sit down, meditate, be mindful out here in the woods for just a little bit, try to reconnect ourselves with nature. Thanks for being here. Here we go. This also happens to be the same area that I lost my drone. Pretty sure it was just right up there. We're gonna walk up there and relive that drama for just a second. Do a little, I gotta crawl through here for just a second. All right, back to the spot where we lost the drone. DJI has a Find Your Drone app on their phone, on my phone. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. There's no cell service or data, so I couldn't access any of that. The GPS kept telling me that it was across the way right here, when in actuality it was on the other side of the creek. It did land in a beautiful little fluffy spot right there, thankfully. Hopefully lessons learned, and we'll try to do better next time. This is a really cool spot right here. We got a giant overhang right here. If you're an arachnophobe, this is not going to be the spot for you. What a cool area, but every one of those little white puffy things that you can see in the video is a little spider web that's tucked underneath this overhang at this rock right here. This will be a tricky one. Got to figure out how to get through this if we can. I can kind of see the root ball for this tree up on the hill over here. Giant tree fell over. Knocked down all sorts of stuff with it. Completely blocking the creek right here for the most part. So this will be an interesting one. Thinking there might be a little hole that I can get through over here. Let's go check it out. Well, look at this. Nice little area. Huge debris field full of trees and stuff right here. Pretty much blocking the creek for the most part. It does look like, so it might not look like it on the camera, but there's a little itty bitty hole right here. That looks like that's about the only place that I'm going to be able to squeeze through. So we are going to give it a try. I have to be real careful in here though. Haha, it just started raining too. Wonderful. All right, here we go. Quite a few trees down in this area actually. We're gonna try to get out of this area. Oh boy. Doesn't seem like the most stable area right here. rock right here. It might be hard to tell, but this rock right here is just a freestanding vertical rock right here in the middle of this creek. There are actually some tiny trees that are growing off of the top of this thing. How cool is that? Nature sure is amazing. How cool is that? That waterfall's got its own little sunspot. See if we can get over here. Ooh, that is deep. Oh God. Cool spot right here. See, that water's coming down and hitting this other rock that's in the water right there. That's pretty incredible. Thank you everybody for being here today. We are deep in the woods and we found a really cool spot to sit down and do our meditation for today. I got a really cool rock right here, waterfall behind it, surrounded by about 4 or 5 other waterfalls, really loud out here. I'm excited. This channel is about exploration. Exploration of ourselves, exploration of the wilderness too. Our goal is to get out here and work hard up these creeks and rivers to find a cool spot to sit down, relax, and meditate and be present out here in nature. The way that this is gonna work, I'm gonna set the camera up, I'm gonna get out there to the spot, I'm gonna set my phone for 6 minutes, give me a few seconds to kind of get settled, and then we'll do a 5-minute meditation today. The black flies and the mosquitoes are relentless out here today, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get through this session without being carried away. It's gonna be awesome though. If you don't wanna meditate, no big deal. Hopefully you can just sit here, listen to the sounds of the creek, nature, enjoy being outside with me. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you everybody for joining me out here in the Blue Ridge Mountains for that mindfulness meditation session. It did me good, and hopefully it did all of you good as well. If you didn't meditate, that's okay. Hopefully you just enjoyed the sights and sounds of the creek and the river and nature out here in the woods. Everybody out there knows how YouTube works. If you liked the video, that would be fantastic. If you subscribe, that would be phenomenal. And I'd love to hear from anyone in the comments below. As it usually does, my curiosity always gets the better of me. I decided to continue up the creek just a little bit to see what was up here. And I'm gonna share this with y'all. I'm sure someone has seen this area at some point in their life, but I'm not sure if anybody's seen it in a long time. Check out this place right here. It honestly doesn't get any better than that. That is why I get out here and explore. That is why I wander through the woods, soggy shoes, soggy clothes, to try to find places like this. I'm glad that I'm able to share this with everyone out there if you're watching. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.